Inch High Comic Guy here, and welcome to another ComicsGate unboxing. I have KYRIE here, and I kind of feel bad about this. I've had this book for the better part of a month, and I just haven't gotten around to opening it. I was planning on doing it at the beginning of November, but things happen in real life, and I just got delayed. But today, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get this reviewed like I promised, because Matt's a really great guy and I really feel bad that I haven't gotten around to reviewing this yet. So let's go ahead and take a look. First off, let's take a look at the packaging. Now, as you can see, this package came in a bubble mailer rather than the normal mailers that you would get. And the reason why is because it is so big. I mean, you just feel it, the weight of it. There is definitely a lot of comic inside of this particular package. So, you know, that's perfectly normal if you're going to be sending something overseas or if you're going to be sending a large package rather than just, you know, a single floppy. So, no points off for that at all. I love their branded sealer right here. And, you know, I don't have all my information on both sides, so I can actually unbox this live on screen, so that's really nice. We just can't flip it over so I don't dox myself. So let's go ahead and, yeah, let's go ahead and let's take the scissors out here and let's get this open. With luck, I won't get my information on the front page of this when I open it up. Oh, wow, I did not open that well enough. Oh, wait a minute, nope, it'll work. There we go. All right. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. And it's sticky. Okay, there's something here. I can feel it. It's just so sticky on the inside that it's just not coming out. You know what? We're gonna have to go full bore on this baby. We're gonna have to unseal the whole thing. I was hoping not to have to do that, but them's the breaks. All this, oh, nudge the camera. Sorry, everybody. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. All right, so we've got that. There we are. And no, we don't need this anymore. Wow. Look at that. He even put it in like a plastic bag and everything. Awesome. Let's take this out. Still working on it. There's just so much here. All right. Okay. Okay. Come on. Come on, comic book. Come out. There we go. Put that off to the side. All right. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That is so cute. Wow. I've never gotten a comic book sealed like this before. You know, with something like this on it. That is so nice. And we've got our bookmark here. I believe it's a bookmark. No, these are stickers. These are stickers. And this would probably double as a bookmark if you wanted. All right. All right. And we've got this here. Looks like a magnet. That's going to go on the fridge. And we've got a little post-it note. All right, a little postcard. That is really cute. Oh, and here's the straight up legit bookmark. And you definitely need a bookmark because look at this. This is a whole lot of book. Oh man. I'm not going to be able to go ahead and finish this right now. I mean, I could do the unboxing part, but this is going to take some reading time. So I'm going to go ahead and shut off the camera and go review this, give it a proper reading, and I shall be right back. All right, I just finished reading through part 1 and part 2 of Matt Crotts' KYRIE. And when I first started, because there was just so much book, I thought I'll read the first 10, 20 pages just to get a sense of it and see what I felt about it, because obviously I don't want to look through this and spoil anything in the books. And I was surprised. I could not put this book down. And as soon as I was done with part 1, I immediately jumped over to part 2. I had to read part 2. This is spectacular. This is amazing. This is one of the best comic books that I have read from ComicsGate, from anything I've ever gotten. Matt, you should be incredibly proud of yourself and the work that you have done. This is just spectacular. I mean, well, let's go down the list, okay? Because I have my objective standards, thanks to pandemic that I use to judge books. And so let's first talk about the packaging. It was in a bubble mailer rather than a Gemini mailer, and you know what? That is just fine, because this would not fit in a Gemini mailer. I got a straight up scroll in my book. And I know it's not a real scroll, it's like a poster and something, but it is just so well put together. This is not rubber bands. This is like cloth. This was hand done. This is just amazing packaging. Someone asked me once, what does it take to get packaging to get a higher score if a Gemini mailer's a 3? Simply because, it's like the standard for ComicsGate. This is pretty much close to it. This is definitely a 4 out of 5 stars as far as packaging is concerned. My book came in perfect, all the materials contained therein, and with some of the little add-ons that he included with it, this is just spectacular. Great job. The next thing is the cover art. Let me give you a good look at the covers of these two books side by side. There you go. The cover art tells you what type of story you should expect without actually revealing too much about what's actually occurring. I really like the artwork. I like the stylized appearance. It looks like something from ancient Egypt or ancient Rome brought to life. You get the sense that if there was a comic book artist in the year 200 AD, that this is what they would have created. This just looks great. And you add in all the other things that I got, my stickers, my bookmark, my little postcard here. I love this, by the way. And my magnet, can't forget my magnet. It's, like I said, just great packaging. I haven't gotten past the packaging, but the cover art looks good. I would have to give the cover artwork 3 out of 5 stars. I wish there was just a little bit more to it. There was a little bit more vibrance and energy to it, but it's got that wonderful stylized look that you get throughout the entire book, and I really find that incredibly charming. The next thing is the interior art. And I gotta admit, I don't really want to show you a whole lot because it's just so awesome. I mean, the coloring looks great. The artwork looks great. Again, it's that stylized look that Matt creates. That the artwork itself is like another character. It just immerses you in the world, and I absolutely enjoyed it. But I just can't get past the fact that it looks as good as it does. And the coloring, again, wonderful, complimentary. It really goes for a lot of primary colors and blended colors that give you a hint of each character rather than looking realistic. I mean, for example, here is the bookmark. At no time will you find coloring like this inside the book. Let me find a good page to take a look at. Something without a lot of dialogue. Here we go. Take a look at that. I mean, if you want to get a sense of the desert, that's what he gives you here. You get a sense of the desert in ancient Egypt. It's fantastic. Really, really top notch. Now, this does bring me to the lettering. Now, as some of you probably know, I am not keen on dialogue balloons that do not have black border. It is something that is just one of my personal pet peeves, but here is one of the few times where it's not an issue, because each dialogue balloon is colored for a specific character. And I'm not going to show any more of the interior artwork than that, because I just respect the hell out of this book, and I'll tell you why I don't want to show you anything more on the inside, and that is the writing. I was fully immersed in this story from the first page of book 1 to the last page of book 2, and I can't wait to order book 3 when it becomes available. This story, it pulls you into the world that these characters occupy, and that's just something that a lot of the stories I haven't seen. The only person who really pulled me into his world prior to this with a ComicsGate book was actually Ethan Van Sciver when he was 19 years old and doing Cyberfrog, because he did a proper job of introducing you to Cyberfrog and the world that he's in. And Matt does the same thing here with these characters. It just completely draws you in. I mean, if you love Indiana Jones, if you love the Mummy series with Brendan Fraser, that just touches on the kind of vibrant storytelling that you're going to get in this book. Matt, you should be incredibly proud of yourself and the story that you've created. I was so immersed, I can't tell where you've taken things from history and where you've come up with your own original ideas. I mean, as far as I can tell, you've interwoven them to becoming one and the same thing. I cannot pick apart the fiction from reality, from actual historical evidence in the course of this story. This is how it's done. So if you want to know what I'm going to give it, let's run down the list. Again, packaging, I'm giving this 4 out of 5 stars. Cover art, good, but not overwhelmingly good. I would give it 3 out of 5 stars. Interior art, easily 4 out of 5 stars. Really love the artwork. The coloring looks great. Again, 4 out of 5 stars because of how you use the color palette. I mean, it's gorgeous. And finally, the writing. I'm going to give this the highest compliment I can give. This is 5 out of 5 stars for the writing, Matt Crotts, for KYRIE, Book 1, Book 2, because I couldn't put it down. And that is the highest compliment I can give for any writer. If you write something that your reader will open up and they don't finish it until late at night because they could not put your book down, you have done something right. And Matt, you did something very, very right with KYRIE. This is a fantastic story, a fantastic book. It's the highest ranking I can give as far as the writing is concerned. And with the lettering getting 4 out of 5 stars too, this book is a clear 4 out of 5 stars. And I highly encourage everybody else to go out there and get yourself a copy of this book. You can find it maybe on eBay. And Matt, I want to give you some advice, because I don't know if you've got enough copies of 1 and 2 to actually package them with book 3. But if you don't, I would encourage you to go ahead and make book 1 and 2 available as $5 PDF files that you could have in a bundled pack. So you can get the physical paper copy of book 3 along with a PDF of book 1 and book 2 for $10 more. that would be fair in my opinion, so that people can catch up on this fantastic story. Again, this is really, really great, Matt. I love this to death, and I really, really am looking forward to book 3. Please let us know when it's about to become available, because this is a campaign everyone in ComicsGate should be backing on Indiegogo.